So good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever time that you are watching this video. I am Richard Taylor, and I am coming back with an update on a video that I did last year, right around this time. The video concerns the disappearance of a young man by the name of Tristan Bass. It was last year at this time I was made aware of the situation and given his mother's phone number, Miss Tawana Bass. My heart still goes out to her. And, we talked and she, expressed, her concern for the situation of her son. At that time, he had been missing uh, for 10 days. And last year on October the 16th, Tristan Bass walked out of his mother's house, uh, never to be seen since that day. And so I think I did that video on October the 26th of 2022. So we're coming up on a year in 12 days. The day is October the 4th. So October the 16th, 2022 was the day that his mother last seen him, or anybody has last seen Mr. Tristan Bass. Now, Mr. Tristan Bass, according to his mother, did have some mental health issues by way of, paranoia and schizophrenia and things of that nature. And I think, he had just recently bonded out of jail for some reason or another prior, a few days prior to his disappearance. As well, his mother did mention and allude to the fact that he did experience substance use disorder, which, I have also experienced substance use disorder. So, that is something that is plaguing, the nation, the town, the world. So, I don't definitely pass judgment on that. I was one of the fortunate ones who was able to kick that habit. Nevertheless, those are some of the factors that may influenced Tristan Bass's disappearance or his decision to leave the house that night. Right after his disappearance, there were some search efforts, by the Wayne County Sheriff Department, as well as some concerned community citizens of that area. And at the time of his disappearance, Tristan and his mother and his family were living in the Durham Lake area of Wayne County. I think that's in the southern part of Wayne County. And he was known to frequent, areas like 111 and other, suburban areas of the county. Now, to my knowledge, there has been no leads as of yet that can point anyone to the source of his disappearance. But as I stated in the previous video, Goldsboro and Wayne County is such a small, close-knit area that there is no way, in my assumption, in my opinion, that, Mr. Bass' disappearance happens without someone knowing something. You know, there has been speculation of, a guy he worked with that he may have left with that guy who he sometimes did small jobs with. That guy had a truck or something like that. And there's been speculation that they may have gotten into it. Once again, it's just speculation. Um, of course, with someone who's experiencing substance use disorder as well as mental health disorder, they do frequent some unsavory places with some unsavory individuals, and so we can't rule out any source of foul play involved in this disappearance. As of today, once again, I don't think his body has been found. Um, and I Doing the initial two videos that I did about it, I did people, kind of spoke about the videos, and one once again source that gave me some information was from a young lady who frequented one of the bingo halls, or one of the quote unquote game rooms, as they say. And she told me that she had overheard one of the young ladies who frequented those areas as well. And this young lady was reported to also experience drug abuse and substance use disorder. And it was said that this young lady iterated that they will never find that body. And when I heard that, that once again allows me to ascertain that someone knows something. For someone to say, make a statement like that, well, they will never find his body, that means that person either heard something or knows something, and knows the condition or the location of Mr. Bass's body. Now, once again, Mr. Bass at the time of his disappearance was 32, and I think according to his mother, he's had a birthday or is soon to have a birthday, and so that would make him 33 years of age. And of course, his picture is on the thumbnail. And once again, I had a chance to speak with his mother a couple of weeks ago. Once again, he has been on my mind, and I saw a post referencing him yesterday, and I had planned on giving an update about it, with hopes that someone would reach out with some information, some sort of closure for Miss Bass and her family and his loved ones. And if you do have any information, you don't have to give your name. You can remain anonymous. You don't even have to go to the police. I'll do it. My number is 919-587-7782. So if you have any leads, any information, anything that you think will be helpful into getting some closure for the Bass family, most importantly, Mrs. Tawana Bass's mother, to bring her closure in the disappearance of her son, that will be a very noble and appreciated act of care and concern in this situation. As I've done these videos, I've once again had another situation of another young man who suffered from post-traumatic stress disorder and substance use disorder, who was found quote unquote hanged, Mr. Josh Keating, and his death was ruled a suicide. And since we did those videos, people have come out with information saying to the contrary, providing information to his mother, and giving alternate scenarios. And one thing that we've learned about in that case is the inefficiency of the investigation on the part of the Wayne County Sheriff Department and certain law enforcement officers who may have had relationships with people who are reportedly involved in foul play, by way of having them as confidential informants and giving them preferential treatment, which leads us to believe that there may be some cover up in some of these things. And the same goes with Mr. Bass. Once again, I think that he may have even ran in some of those same circles that Josh may have had as well. Now, this is once again speculation, but I know that once you get involved in that lifestyle, the circles kind of revolve, and there's a revolving aspect of those circles. So, my hope, my goal is once again that there is some finality, some conclusion to the disappearance of Tristan Bass. Hopefully, with great faith, and by some aspect of miracle, that he just walks up and appears at his mother's house. That would be the most preferential outcome, the most beneficial outcome to all parties involved. But nevertheless, after a year, that outcome may be in some ways a little far fetched. But hopefully, someone will once again see this video. God may touch someone's heart, or someone may be convicted and come forth and provide some information concerning the details surrounding the disappearance of this young man, who within 12 days will be disappeared from his family for an entire year. So once again, my heart goes out to Mrs. Bass. My heart's in prayers, and all of his loved ones, his siblings, and his family members. But if anybody has any information regarding the disappearance of Tristan Bass, don't hesitate to call me myself. Once again, you can and will remain anonymous, but my number is 919-587-7782. Once again, that's 919-587-7782. And I hope someone watches this video, shares this video, so that we can help bring some closure to the family of Tristan Bass, and if it is the case, bring some justice to those who may have been responsible for his disappearance. But I thank y'all for tuning in. We'll definitely keep an eye on this situation as well. But thank y'all for tuning in. Peace and blessings. Y'all have a good night.